All right, what's up, world? It's your boy Trey, retro_GT, back for another episode of the G.Taylor Show. Listen, all right, so I was talking about, black men going to therapy, finally starting and engaging in what I would say is what other things we can ask the therapist, the mental health professional before we start so we can calm some of our nerves down, right? And I probably left out a bunch of different things we can ask and talk about. But one thing that just came to my mind, I said I'm gonna record it and put it in here and see if I can put it in the episode is, hey, ask how long do they feel like, you're going to be in treatment. And I think that's important to know. And they might not know it's offhand, which they probably won't, right? But ask them, are we doing 60-minute sessions, 45-minute sessions, 30-minute sessions? Is it for weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, every 3 weeks? And then how long do you anticipate me being in treatment? This can be asked at the consult call, or this can be asked in the initial intake as well. And I think it's something important to know, right? Because then you can start to build into your own schedule and you can calm down some of that anxiety that might be around. I don't even know how long I'm going to be doing this, or how much time it's going to take to do it. Because sometimes you might, based upon the assessment or based upon the first, couple of sessions, you might just only need bi-weekly, every 3 weeks, monthly maintenance. You might only need 45-minute sessions versus 60-minute sessions, right? And so that's something that you and your therapist can come up with, right? But you can ask that question too. How long do you anticipate me being in treatment? Or what has your like longest client, saying, been involved in treatment? What has your shortest client, been involved in treatment? What do you anticipate? How long does it take to hit goals? How long does it typically take to hit certain topics or feel like they're at a good place, right? Um, if they can't answer it, that's cool. But it's something just to get the conversation going, to kind of for you to understand the process a little bit more. Do they do only 30-minute sessions or only 45-minute sessions? Do they do 50 or 60-minute sessions, right? What does that look like? What does the layout of the session encompass, right? Are we going to just go into, certain topics, certain interventions? Are we going to do an activity? Typically, do I have homework? I'm not a big homework person, but some therapists are, right? And asking the process. What does that process look like? And again, some of that might be fleshed out in the consult call, but some of that also can be fleshed out in intake as well. The first initial intake too, where you can ask and explore that as well. Sometimes that initial intake session can be up to 90 minutes as well. But those are questions that you should be thinking about or asking. If also one, if you don't know what you want to work on or kind of just stuck on questions to ask, if you don't feel like you can't ask the earlier ones, you can ask like kind of generic in the realm of, oh, how long are the sessions? How long do sessions typically be? What are we going to do throughout those sessions? How long do you anticipate me being in therapy? Or how long is typically your clients are in therapy, and what does that look like? What's your shortest form? Um, all of those type of things. And then also that helps establish a treatment plan too, right? Because probably hopefully the therapist might ask them, what do you think, right? How long you need to be here? Or, what do you feel like you need to work on specifically? Those questions are good prompting questions also for the therapist as well. So, brothers, those are some things that you can utilize, man, to help you calm some of those nerves and then also understand better about what this therapy process looks like. It's a beautiful process, but it also works amazing when both the client and the worker, or the client and the therapist, are just on the same page with everything, and there's open dialogue, open communication. The therapeutic alliance blossoms, and that's where the magic definitely does happen. So, yeah, man, just take that into consideration, and look at that and see what happens. Okay.